you know, when I write, I write about myself, and she gets a depression, and this is more or less a description of my own depression. So but somehow I see myself in both of the sisters, and it's kind of, you can also, if you choose, see them as one person, two sides of the same person. I think that's how I write. Yeah. To some degree, it is quite refreshing to make a film about about bad things. Right? It's not that you go around feeling bad all the time while you do it. Actually, the opposite. You kind of gain something from having had a bad time, and you kind of analyze it a little bit by working with it. And no, it's I would say that the mood was the shooting was fine and very extremely nice people to be with, and good actors. So we had a good time shooting it. No, no, I don't have a. You don't, because you make a tragedy, you don't go around kind of crying all the time. It's kind of professional, I would say. Claire is representing the sane, normal human being who has, compared to Justine, something to lose. She has a family. She's not nearly as egocentric as Justine is, and in this catastrophe situation, she would panic, typically. We have this overture where we kind of where we play a little bit with the disaster cliches, you know, picture-wise and stuff. And then when the real disaster comes, there's almost none of all that. It's based a little bit on the idea that there are this type of film where you know what's going to happen. You know, for instance, if they go on board Titanic, then you kind of, is it going down? You know, you have an idea of what's going to happen, and you know what's going to happen, and still the film is worthwhile seeing, because you're not in doubt of what is going to happen, but you follow the characters that you've learned to know, and you follow them through this, and first of all, you want to know how is it going to happen and how is it going to influence, and there's quite a lot of films like that. I just saw In Cold Blood, Truman Capote, a film after the Truman Capote book, and you know that they're going to kill this family, and you know that they're going to be, they will hang afterwards, and still it's a very, very exciting film to watch. So the normal thing or the thing you would say normally was that you should be really, you shouldn't say what is going to happen. That's kind of the normal thing you would say. But I will still claim that in most films you know what will happen. You know James Bond survives, right? And for other films, you know what will happen, and still you're kind of you're very interested because you want to know how is it going to be, and how will James Bond or whoever react to it. very early on in the project, I chose the music from Wagner, which is the prelude to Tristan and Isolde. And that is not what you would consider melancholic music. That is what you would call romantic music. And I would say that that has kind of somehow turned the whole thing into a very romantic film, also in the images and stuff. It is highly romantic. Also the whole idea about this planet coming and this woman's relationship to the planet and stuff. Everything has a romantic ring to it. So I have probably tried to make a romantic film, and I'm just a little worried that I succeeded too well when we're talking about that. It should maybe have a bit more kind of, I don't know, some more roughness to it, but that was not this film. It's kind of, you know, these images kind of make themselves in a way. It's not completely logical that a film about the end of the world should be a romantic film, but it kind of had its own life, and I would say that the film, or anyway, looks like a romantic film.